Hello friends, welcome. Today, I will be sharing my thoughts on how to overcome fear and how you will be able to master the art of living fearless. Fear is an innate emotion of every living being, but it is in understanding fear, which helps us live a meaningful life. Let's dive in the world of fear and its remedies. Fear, it has haunted human minds for centuries. The fear of failure, the fear of loss, the fear of the unknown. It creeps in silently, making us hesitate, keeping us from truly living. But what if I told you that fear itself is an illusion? That it only has power because we allow it to? The Stoics, the great thinkers of ancient Rome and Greece, did not seek to eliminate fear. They sought to understand it, to master it, and in doing so, they discovered the key to living a fearless life. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The truth is, we are afraid because we focus on things beyond our control. We fear the uncertainty of the future, the judgment of others, the possibility of failure. But the Stoics teach us that fear is nothing more than misplaced attention. It is a projection of the mind, a choice we make. Think about this. How many times in life have you dreaded something, only to realize later that it wasn't as bad as you imagined? How often has fear kept you from taking action, only for you to regret not trying? Fear is not reality. It is the anticipation of something that may never happen. There was once a young man named Leon. He dreamed of becoming a great warrior, yet he was paralyzed by fear. The battlefield, the possibility of pain, the unknown, it terrified him. One day, an old philosopher watched him struggle. He handed Leon a small cup of water and said, "Look into it." Leon stared at his own reflection, his face twisted with worry. The philosopher then poured the water onto the ground, letting it disappear into the earth. "That is your fear," he said, "a reflection of your thoughts. When you pour it out, you see that it was never real. It was only in your mind." Leon understood. He trained his mind not to rid himself of fear, but to accept it and move forward despite it. He learned that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act in spite of it. The lesson here is simple. Fear is a thought, and thoughts can be changed. So how do we apply Stoic wisdom in our modern lives? How do we free ourselves from fear? 1. Understand what is in your control. Epictetus taught that we only have power over our thoughts, actions, and choices. Everything else, external events, opinions, outcomes, is beyond us. Let go of what you cannot change, and fear will lose its grip. 2. Practice voluntary discomfort. Seneca often reminded us to prepare for hardship before it arrives. Sleep on the floor, fast for a day, embrace moments of discomfort. When you train your mind to handle small struggles, the big ones seem less daunting. 3. Meditate on the worst-case scenario. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? The Stoics believed that by facing our fears mentally, we rob them of their power. More often than not, we realize that even the worst-case scenario is something we can survive. 4. Memento mori, remember you will die. This is not meant to be morbid. Rather, it is a reminder that life is fleeting, and fear should not be an obstacle to living fully. Death is inevitable, so why waste time fearing what might never come? The path to fearlessness is not in avoiding fear, but in confronting it with wisdom. Fear is a teacher, guiding us towards strength. When you understand that fear is just an illusion, a reflection in the water, you become unstoppable. So I ask you, what is the fear that holds you back? And how will you choose to face it? Fear can be overwhelming, but it is not permanent. The mind that creates fear is the same mind that can dissolve it. Train yourself to see fear for what it is, a challenge to be embraced, an opportunity for growth. The greatest victories in life are not won by those who never felt fear, but by those who acted in spite of it. Every moment you hesitate, every time you let fear dictate your choices, you are giving away your power. But you are stronger than you think. The only thing separating you from the life you want is a single choice, the choice to act. Take that first step, challenge yourself, face what frightens you, and in doing so, you will discover that you were never truly afraid. You were simply waiting for the courage to awaken. Leave your thoughts below, and let's continue this journey together. If this message resonated with you, like this video and subscribe. And remember, the only thing standing between you and your courage is the way you choose to think.